Gabriel's Gospel Grace, changing lives and kingdom building one stone at a time.
Good morning to you, and welcome to the second instalment of Motivational Monday. So I hope you've all had a good weekend and are looking forward to the week ahead. So today we're going to have a little bit of a story time, and hopefully there's a lesson in this story. And this has actually been inspired from doing some ministry with someone last week, and I thought this was such a good way of sharing what I was trying to teach them that day. So let's get into it. Now, during lockdown, it was a great opportunity to engage with all sorts of activities, especially outdoor. And at that time where I live, there are lots of wild birds. And so I took it upon myself to develop my own personal design of a bird table. And I got stuck into it. And I built a mansion house of a bird's table. In fact, here it is. So this is my bird table. And it's been used ever since. It's had a bit of damage in the storms, but still been repairable. It stands at about nearly 6 foot, and the birds do love it. So here's the scenario though. Let's assume that I've done something to offend someone and upset them. So they decide to take it upon themselves to come around and upset me by surprisingly stealing my bird table and taking it away. Now, obviously, this is their way of trying to upset me and cause trouble. And for all of us, it would obviously disturb us when we come home and find something that's been stolen from us, taken away, especially when we don't know who it is. And more importantly, we don't actually have any justifiable reason why it happened. However, this person steals my bird table. The normal reaction would be to respond, especially if we find out who it is. So let's do that. Let's assume now I actually know who stole the bird table. What is my reaction going to be? Well, for many of you out there, it's possibly going to be to seek revenge or get even. So you're probably going to go round and decide to have a confrontation, and that's going to lead to more confrontation. Or you might simply take it upon yourself to say, you know what, if I can't have it, they can't have it. So you go round and basically destroy it, smash it up, try and prove a point that they've not actually stolen from you. You know, you've literally got your revenge by destroying their opportunity to get one over you. But if we actually look at the purpose behind the bird table, it was to provide a place, a sanctuary for the birds, somewhere where they could feed and somewhere that they could come to on a regular basis. So when you think about it, the birthing idea was to create a place for the birds, a safe haven, a luxury with prosperity, you could call it. But then it's taken away. At least if it sat in their garden without me destroying it, it would have still been a place for the birds. Might not be on my premises anymore, but it would still serve its purpose. But by me going round and seeking revenge and destroying it, it now had no purpose. So ultimately, I lost out. The person who stole it from me lost out. But more importantly, the reason it was created, the purpose, the birthing for the birds, it got destroyed. So how do we counter this? Well, I have a solution, and as it happens, it comes from the Bible. And I am certainly coaching this in many different ways. But in this conversation of the discussion of the bird table, I realised I could now simplify this model into a sort of a holy trinity, if you will. So let's actually look at what actually happened, and let's look at the equation in this. The enemy, the Bible says, comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And in that scenario, that's exactly what happened. The bird table was stolen, a dream was killed, and eventually the creation was destroyed. Now, I think this can relate to many aspects in our life on a daily basis, because coming to steal, kill, and destroy, it's not always in the physical. If you think about it, most people who confront us within a day or try and offend us deliberately is actually going to be trying to steal our joy, kill our enthusiasm, and destroy our dreams. So it's common, and I think I like the fact that the Bible kind of describes these as the nature of the enemy. And I think in every situation for the rest of today and the rest of this week, when something comes against you, just actually work out whether it is purely the individual. Are they really coming against you as a person, or is it the enemy at work within them? At the end of the day, there's a reason why people do things. It's not always obvious to them. And there's been many occasions, even possibly for yourself, where you sit with someone afterwards, after you fell out for years, and realise you don't even know what you fell out over. And when you recognise the activity or what it was you actually did, you think back and think, I don't even know why I did that. It made no sense. It's not who I am. So I think we need to recognise that sometimes things that come against us may be coming from the enemy. And the way to notice that is to look for these symptoms. The symptom of something coming to steal, kill and destroy. So how do we counter this? Well, all the opposites are also true. The opposite of steal is to give. The opposite of kill is to birth. So people kill your dreams or you birth new ideas. And then, of course, if you destroy something, the opposite is to create. So in this scenario, let's look at what we did. The bird table was stolen. So I go round and I destroy it. That way nobody gets it. But of course, the creation's purpose, which was to serve the birds, that was destroyed too. Nobody wins. So what if, in that scenario of someone taking something from me, what if I see this as an opportunity to gift it to them? Yes, gift it to them. So even though they've taken it, it's quite easy for me to build another one. And if it was my neighbour who came to take it because they were envious, which to be fair, a lot of things in life is coming from a place of envy, then gift it to them. So simply, someone's taken the bird table, I literally look up at the sky and say, Lord, I bless that person, they can have it. Whoever stole this from me, I give it to them. Now straight away, you probably recognise that their power over the situation is gone, you've dissolved it. The situation that they think they've now taken control over is just vanished because you've taken control by simply gifting it to them. In fact, you can walk away smiling for two reasons. First of all, you've blessed them with the gift of giving. But more importantly now, you can literally go and create again. You can birth a new bird table. And as often as we know as designers and engineers and any creative person out there, the second time we often tweak and do better. So my challenge to you this week is to recognise within your week, how many times is something coming against you? And do we have the opportunity to simply turn it around? Jesus talks about turning the other cheek. I think that's the equivalent of what he's saying there. I'm just modernising it even. So if someone takes from you, then gift it. That stops that negative feeling that you hold within you all day, eating up the rest of your day and destroying your joy. So gift it away. If someone comes and kills an idea, then birth a new idea. And if someone comes to destroy something of yours, then create something new. So there's my holy trinity for the week. Steal, kill and destroy. I want you all to go and think of give, birth and create. Because if you notice in the world at the minute, the steal, kill and destroy, it's happening in all areas of our life. But we can counter that with this equation. This is what I'm calling my rule of thirds for the week. So in every scenario this week, let's look at what we're doing. Whether we can gift it away, we can birth something new, or create absolutely from scratch. That's all also within our power. So as we move forward in this week, keep positive. Look at the opportunities that lie in all the negative situations. And pay attention to just exactly how things come against you, who's coming against you and why. Because we have that power to turn the situation around. So the motivation this week is to take back control over all your situations in your life. And it won't be simple, and it's going to take a bit of effort. But I promise you, it's better to be a blessing than to feel like you're being a curse. May God's grace be with you. Enjoy your week. If you were blessed by this video, why not give it a like? Also subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos.